Hello people of YouTube. Today we return to the second episode of Party Talk, and we're going to talk to all of our party members and see how things go. Okay, let's start.
What? You found Flemeth's grimoire? Ever since we discovered the condition of the Mage's Tower, I had wondered if it might be recoverable, but I had yet to speak of it to you. How fortunate that you found it on your own. You have my thanks. I will begin study of the tome immediately.
Okay. What, don't I even get a kiss?
Oh, I don't know. That seems like a steep reward to ask for.
I was only joking.
Oh? As you wish, then. I do not intend to squander this opportunity to learn more than Flemeth wished me to know. This should be interesting.
Interesting. Okay, how you doing, Jake?
I once heard a really old legend about how the Hound warriors in the days of the old tribes would feed their Mabari the flesh of the vanquished. Well, that's what I heard anyway. It would sometimes be human flesh. Oh, like you can tell the difference. For all you know, maybe you've already been fed something. Someone.
If you've had it and didn't know it, it was probably tasty. Yeah, show him who's boss. My dog Jake is awesome. Alistair,
What do you need?
I'd like to ask you something.
Ask away.
So how did you become a Grey Warden?
Same way you did. You drink some blood, you choke on it, and pass out. You haven't forgotten already, have you?
Don't be an idiot.
Ah, my secret is out. Now at last I can stop pretending. Pardon the drooling.
Great, now you're a buffoon?
Oh, fine. Have it your way. Look, I'll even stand up straight if you like. Let's see, I was in the Chantry before. I trained for many years to become a Templar. In fact, that's where I learned most of my skills.
What skills might those be?
Well, it wasn't an easy life, you know. I don't know whether or not you've noticed, but I'm not exactly the Chantry type. The Grand Cleric didn't want to let me go. Duncan was forced to conscript me, actually, and was she ever furious when he did. I thought she was going to have us both arrested. I was lucky.
You think that this is better than being a Templar?
Oh, I suppose the Chantry life is good enough for some. Here, we have the chance to fight against the Blight. To actually do some good instead of sitting in a temple somewhere. I'll always be thankful to Duncan for recruiting me. If it hadn't been for him, you know, I wouldn't have.
Don't start crying again, please.
Yes.
You've been
you're
crying
right.
too much
I
about
should
that.
be angry for what happened to him, not sad.
Yeah.
I shouldn't forget what Loghain did. Come on, let's go. I think I'm done talking.
Okay. Oh, and if you didn't know, if you want to know if they liked that or didn't, look into, the bottom left-hand corner, and it says, how much of an approval rating they got. If they disapprove, that means they'll hate you more, and apparently that got us disapproval rating. Alistair does not like us, apparently. But we don't like him either, so it don't really matter. Hey, Liliana.
Yes?
I like to talk.
Well, here I am.
What was life like in the Chantry Cloister?
Quiet. It was a life suited for contemplation. In the cloister, away from the fuss and the flurry of the cities, I found peace. And in that stillness, I could hear the Maker. But it was not perfect. Some of my chantry fellows were condescending. That is the nature of religious folk, I suppose.
Condescending? How so?
When I talked about my beliefs, that the Maker reveals himself in the beauty of his world, they treated me with disdain. They want to believe that he's gone, so that when he turns his gaze on them, it means they are special, chosen. He cannot possibly have love for all, the sick and the weary, the beggars and the fools.
What did you say to them? Did you say, "F you, I hate you, I'm gonna leave"?
What can I say to them? What they believe is what
I
the
just
chantry
said.
says, and the chantry is infallible, yes? Maybe I am wrong, but it is the Maker's place to decide if I am worthy, not men, not the chantry. But there is work to be done, and I have talked enough for now.
Okay. When? You're probably gonna give us a life story. Because you're old.
Oh, it's been a long day. Rest would be welcome.
Starting to slow down a little, are we?
I'm just feeling a little weary is all. As you may have noticed, I'm no spring chicken.
No, you're a person.
Ha, very funny. But in all honesty, I do not know how many years I have left in me. I have lived for such a long time, but there is always something else to do. And I have to keep going in order to do it. I think I will be glad when I am done.
Hey, don't say those things. We still need you.
Oh, no. I'm not the sort of person that leaves things unfinished. I'll see this through, I promise.
Okay, because you're our best healer right now. Sten.
Yes.
What were you doing in that cage?
Sitting, as you observed.
Do you have to be so literal all the time?
No, it's a choice, not a necessity.
You're impossible!
I know. Bashira, was there anything else?
I have a question.
I am hardly surprised.
Why did you come to Ferelden?
To answer a question,
What was the question?
the Arishok asked what is the Blight. By his curiosity, I am now here.
And Arishok is like the king of his people, the Qunari. Don't you have to report back then?
Yes,
When are you gonna do that?
never. I cannot go home.
Well, you can stay with us. We need all the help we can get.
Thank you. Can we move on? We keep the dark spawn waiting.
Let's go.
As you wish.
See, I'm starting to get more used to Sten now. Morrigan.
I await your command.
Well. So, life in the wilds must have been very lonely.
At times, perhaps. A world full of people and buildings and things was all very foreign to me. If I wished companionship, I ran with the wolves and flew with the birds. If I spoke, 'twas to the trees.
And that seemed normal to you?
What did I have to compare it with? In time, I began to wonder, of course. I recall the first time I crept beyond the edge of the wilds. I did so in animal form, remaining in the shadows and watching these strange townsfolk from afar. I happened upon a noblewoman by her carriage, adorned in sparkling garments, the likes of which I had never before seen. I was dazzled. This, to me, seemed what true wealth and beauty must be. I snuck up behind her and stole a hand mirror from the carriage. 'Twas encrusted in gold and crystalline gemstones, and I hugged it to my chest with delight as I sped back to the wilds.
So you were a thief?
I saw what I desired, and I took it. Such a concept did not even exist to me. Flemeth was furious with me. I was a child and had not yet come into my full power, and I had risked discovery for the sake of a pretty bauble. To teach me a lesson, Flemeth took the mirror and smashed it upon the ground.
Well,
I was heartbroken.
I have a hard time picturing you heartbroken.
That is because I learned my lesson well. Beauty and love are fleeting and have no meaning. Survival has meaning. Power has meaning. Without those lessons, I would not be here today, as difficult as they might have been.
They made you stronger, didn't they? Because that, like, makes you stronger. What doesn't kill you makes you strong. Okay, I need to get back to this.
They did indeed. To return to your original question, perhaps my time in the wilds was indeed lonely, but such was how it had to be. I find myself at times wondering what might have become of the girl with the beautiful golden mirror, but such fantasies have no place amidst reality.
Okay.
Are you sure I can't interest you in this hat? A pair of earrings, perhaps? A cheese knife?
A cheese knife. Okay.
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Enchantment?
I want to see some enchanting done.
Enchantment!
Okay, so now my dagger will put on a chance of paralysis, so the enemy that I'm fighting might be paralyzed. That sounds like a good one. And 1 fire damage. That sounds good. Oh, now my thing is on fire. Yeah. I'm on fire. Okay, so that was this episode of Party Talk. Next time, we'll be going to Redcliffe so we can recruit the Redcliffe army. Yeah, and we're going to be doing a lot of stuff there. And not only will we be in Redcliffe, but we have to travel a lot to recruit the army. So we'll be getting 1 new person as well. And he'll be a rogue like me that can use 2 swords. Okay, goodbye.